Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the August 22nd, 2020 edition of Pro Wrestling Throwdown. This is Luke the Big Dog Williams. I'm Caleb Black, our in-studio producer, the Mighty Max Fury, and it is time to talk SmackDown. First and foremost, the Thunderdome was kick-ass. I don't care what anyone else says. I dug it. They're handling the pandemic. They're engaging. It looked super cool. They had pyro.
Tina Turner was in the corner.
Fucking lasers. It was dope.
Yeah, she was hanging out.
SmackDown opener opens with Vince McMahon, obviously introducing the Thunderdome. The Fiend interrupts, and you think he's about to get the hurt put on him, which I would have been all for.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic.
Braun Strowman then comes down to the ring and stops the Fiend, and right before the Fiend and Braun are about to lock up, guess what happens?
Randy Orton trips and falls to the ring.
No. Retribution appears. Retribution appears. The Fiend and Braun kind of start acknowledging one another and laughing like they're going to fight together, and then the Fiend just waves.
The Fiend laughs. Braun Strowman does something that resembles laughter.
Yeah, growls with a smile on his face. The Fiend waves goodbye, teleports out. Once the lights come back on, Retribution jumps Braun Strowman, cue the SmackDown locker room. Heels and faces working collectively to chase out Retribution. Very cool opening segment.
Yes.
Got me excited for the show. I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 5.
Yeah, it was fucking dope,
Perfect
right?
way to start the... most of those points come from the direction of the Fiend's Tron. Around the ring, and the teeth, and the talons.
Yeah, it looked very... the beak and claws.
Good way to open it up.
Big E goes into a match with Sheamus directly after that. Hard-hitting, good match. Sheamus... at one point, went for a brogue kick. This is how good Sheamus is. He goes for a brogue kick, has to navigate his space so he doesn't kill Big E and throws up a knee instead of the
Pretty.
The knee connected, it looked great, and it wasn't a fuck-up. It was Sheamus using his ring awareness.
Yeah, it was him being able to change his trajectory.
Yeah.
As he was coming in, and it's solid. Yeah. And Big E sells like a dream for it.
Yeah. Big E did win. I gave the match overall 3.5 stars out of 5.
Gave it a 4.
It was very cool. Tag team match coming up afterward was Lucha House Party against Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. A lot of clunky spots.
Yeah.
Cesaro not navigating the size of, I wanted to say El Tigre, but that's not his name.
Grand
Metalik and Ligero.
Yeah.
Not navigating the size of Ligero properly for a couple of spots. It was clunky. The finish was strong. I gave the overall match 2.
I gave it a 2.5. It would have been a 3, but again, not on Cesaro for the Hurricanrana from the ring to the floor.
Yeah.
And bumping anyway after losing his grip.
Yeah.
Again, you never know where the camera angles are. You have to
not to mention he had to clear the space for Grand Metalik anyway.
Yes.
So
2.5.
That was a safety thing. Yeah, 2.5. Afterward, they've got a little thing between Kalisto and Lince Dorado.
The shoving house party.
Yep, shoving one another. Mandy Rose promo directly after that. I gave it a 1. I wasn't all that entertained. It was basically, I want my friend back, Sonya. After this is over, can we be friends again? I just want to be your friend again.
I gave it a 1, and the only reason I give it a 1, normally I dig Mandy Rose's promos.
Yeah.
But I think with the whole realism thing that took place, this is where they have to back out. WWE has had to hit the eject button and be like, okay, we know Mandy Rose was at the house. We've got to find some way of being like, hey, back it up.
Yeah.
I gave it a 1.
We're going to a series of promos and matches. Sasha and Bayley promoing about their collective women's championships. Naomi comes out and challenges them both to a match. Naomi loses to Sasha in the first match and then beats Bayley in the second match. It was a beat the clock thing.
I give the promo a 1.5. I give both matches a 0.5.
I gave both matches a 1 and the promo a 1. And then Asuka comes in and saves the fucking day because she's entertaining as shit. She says wild things, and then she delivers. She delivered, and she attacked both of them, and she looked strong. She looked great.
Solid kicks. I get 5.
5 out of 5 because I'm ready for Asuka.
That's the first Asuka 5 I think I've given. I've come close.
Yeah, I think this is the first Asuka 5 as well for me. Sonya Deville also gets a 5 for her promo.
Well, before the promo, she got a 5 for me for the slap.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the when she slapped the shit out of Dana Brooke. That's what I gave her the... Yeah. Smacked the piss out of her.
Like, ridiculously hard.
Yeah. And then when she finally did come out to do her promo, she sounded breathy. She sounded a little nervous. She was kind of shaking. I'm sure that, like, the situation that happened at her house and then being thrust back into work and stuff, I'm sure that played a part in it. So for her having, you know, the energy and the drive to fucking finish the promo, and it was an old school promo, it was well delivered, calls her a bitch at the end of it, which I dig whenever they kind of dial back away from the family friendly. 5 out of 5.
I gave it a 4. I think that it got its point across.
Yeah.
I think that the addition of it no longer being a hair versus hair match anymore.
Yeah, now it is a loser leaves WWE match, which I'm sure it's Sonya Deville is going to be taking some time off.
I'm thinking that she come back thinking she'd be ready for work and is not.
Yeah.
I think it's a way to get her off television.
Yep.
Maybe member of Retribution before it's over with.
Yeah, let people forget about this incident. We'll bring her back in and repackage.
You also got to think about the beginning of the show. You have a bunch of guys and girls in black masks.
Yep.
Invading the place, tearing up stuff. It's got to bring back some kind of a PTSD thing for the guy carrying into her home.
I'm certain it wasn't.
I can understand that being a little...
Not a good day for her.
The person I feel the sorriest for, Dana Brooke's face.
Yeah, she smacked the shit out of that one.
I think that the nerves was in on that too, and I think she just let it go. I would have not let it go. Just
Nikki Cross promo about how Alexa Bliss has changed. Again,
has a bad feeling.
I don't understand why these writers make all of the women's storylines about their friends and about the way they feel. Like, I understand there's an emotional side to it, but let these women get in here and be premier fucking athletes like they are. Not every story needs to be, I didn't know who I was, and we were friends before, and now we're not friends. Knock it the fuck off.
Not everyone has to be personal.
No, I would love to see Nikki Cross get in there and wrestle the way Nikki Cross is supposed to. So for that reason, they get a 2.
I gave him a 3 because I think that the storyline-wise with Sonya and Mandy Rose, I think is pointless. Although, with Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, I can see kind of where they're driving for it. It makes sense to me because eventually you're going to get the heel turn, and it's going to mean more.
You think it's going to be Alexa Bliss turning on Nikki?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's going to mean more.
Yeah.
Because now that, they did the shove, where she shoved Alexa Bliss, and then Alexa Bliss got captured by the Fiend.
Yeah.
So, in retrospect, it makes Nikki Cross like, I was emotional, I shoved her, and then when I wasn't around to be her friend and to protect her, this is what took place.
Yeah, I get that.
So she's taking the blame. So the storyline, the story itself, building the way it is
is
actually really good compared to the other crap that's on SmackDown. But
Intercontinental title match, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy. Textbook AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy match for the Intercontinental title. 3.5 stars on the upside. Almost a 4-star match if the commentators hadn't focused. If the entire premise of the match was that he hit him with his knee brace or whatever the hell. Instead of putting a hat on a hat, why not just let 2 of the best wrestlers in the world have a good fucking match for the Intercontinental title? Doesn't make any sense to me otherwise.
I give it a 3. Jeff going over for the title was great.
Yeah.
Again, I agree.
Yeah.
Knee brace shouldn't even have been put into play.
Yeah, why not just have Jeff beat him?
If you were going to do the knee brace thing, you might as well have just had it be a no contest and then change the title at SummerSlam.
Right. Or if you want to do the he didn't really beat me thing, why didn't you just have him hit the swanton and pin him while AJ's leg or arm is underneath the old school,
the way you've seen it done 80,000 times.
Right. The way that AJ can come back and be like, well, he didn't beat me. My leg was under the rope. The ref fucked it up, but I want my rematch tonight or tomorrow at SummerSlam.
Kind of like they did last time at SummerSlam when Kevin Owens beat AJ Styles when the ref messed it up. But you remember what I'm talking about a couple years back?
I mean,
same way.
And the reason I say the simple way works is because the knee brace thing is just so contrived and it's proppy and it's stupid.
And it lacks the focus and takes away from Jeff Hardy.
Not to mention it means that AJ Styles lost to a mechanical piece of medical equipment and not to wrestling.
Also, at the end, when they're doing the promo, Jeff Hardy is in mid-sentence when his music starts to play him off.
Yeah.
Man just won the title.
Yeah, let him talk. Then we go into the Firefly Funhouse segment.
Somas and bottles of water.
That gets interrupted. God damn you. Gets interrupted by Braun Strowman, who
Heavy breeze.
drags Bray Wyatt away from the Funhouse and into the arena.
Because he knows where the Funhouse is. They made sure they stressed that.
Threw him through a dock. And if you go back, watch SmackDown, and freeze frame the throw, you already see the ambulance in place. You already know what's coming. You can obviously tell he landed on a crash pad. Throws Bray Wyatt out the thing. They come in, they put him on a stretcher without putting him on a board, and they move him immediately.
Numero uno.
Yeah.
No, number one.
Put him on a stretcher without a board, and then they put him in this ambulance, and it drives away real slow, and it stops, backs up real slow.
Everyone is yelling for no apparent reason.
Adam Pearce looks confused and scared, and then the Fiend opens the door and starts laughing. It was so bad.
With his tongue out.
I gave it a 1. I gave it a 1.
I gave it a 2. The only reason I gave it a 2 is I really enjoyed the puppet show at the beginning of the whole situation. The two puppets.
Oh yeah, the Alexa Bliss, Braun Strowman.
I chuckled, so I had to give it an extra point. But other than that, you should have just left it with the waving bye at the beginning and
then met at SummerSlam instead of doing some overproduced, hokey, stupid bullshit. It's what overproduced, hokey, stupid bullshit is what got Owen Hart killed. Stop doing it.
Also, why are you trying to sell us that Braun Strowman is this bad guy?
Yeah.
He's not the heel of this story.
Not supposed to be.
So why is he doing heel shit?
Why are you turning the Fiend face?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Awful. Gave it a 1. Max, what are our overall ratings for SmackDown?
Luke, you gave it a 3. And who was your star?
My star for SmackDown? Adam Pearce. He had more screen time than anybody on that.
That's pretty funny.
It's true.
You gave it a 2.5.
Yeah.
And do you remember Little Booker, the real little guy used to come out with Booker T?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was your star.
The little bow-legged little guy? That's fantastic. I changed mine.
My star of the show, man, it's a tie, but I've got to say...
Little Booker.
I've got to say Jeff Hardy.
Is he coming for Hogan, too? Is that how that works?
At my age, my feet don't leave the ground. Guys,
walk like this.
What did you think about SmackDown? Let us know in the comments down below after you like and subscribe. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/prowrestlingthrowdown. And stay tuned for the NXT review coming up next.